I'm trying to flex for my friend who's waiting on the phone line right here, who only like interviews world leaders while writing
big time
best-selling novels, while being a dad at the same time and a husband. How the hell does he do it? Is he still on the phone line?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, introducing here from CNN, the host of The Lead with Jake Tapper and the author of the best-selling book, All the Demons Are Here, which is the third book in the Martyr series. Jake Tapper. How are you, Jake?
Rich. Do people know that we're actually friends and we actually talk? Not when it's being broadcast?
Yes.
Is that a thing? Because,
well, now they do, if they already have.
Because it's true.
It is true. I think I'd say we're good friends. You know, like we're not just friends. I'd say we're good friends.
Yes, 100%. Separated by 3,000 miles. But,
that's true.
But
how are you?
I would see, if I lived in L.A., I feel like I'd see you at least once a week.
We would absolutely leave it up to our wives to figure out our social schedules with each other if we lived in the same town, Jake. For without a doubt, right? I mean, we wouldn't figure it out. We'd have to lean on our better halves to do that.
I think our wives would like each other, too.
I do think so.
I don't think they've met.
This has to happen. But you're too busy, doing what you're doing.
You're kind of busy.
Yes. Congratulations, by the way.
On Michael
book.
Lorenzen's no-hitter. I appreciate it. Thank you. I had a lot to do with it. I wish the image of his mom and his wife watching him on his first appearance with the Phillies. I mean, just beautiful. Just beautiful.
You know what? And the kicks he was wearing, and just the moment for him. All I could think of were the Detroit Tigers sitting somewhere going, "Really, really? That's what you do?"
Looks like he belongs in Philly. That mullet? Are you crazy?
Yes,
he does not belong in Detroit.
Yes, he does. And now how about Trea Turner?
Love it.
Hold on a minute. How about the Philadelphia sports fan, known for so many years as being just a very irate group of people, that they painted with one huge brush of a-hole, where they throw batteries at Santa and stuff like that.
He had it coming. Let's be honest. He had it coming.
Santa had it coming, is what he's saying.
He knows what he did.
Yes.
Naughty
And how about them cheering for him while he's struggling, standing ovation, and he has responded with one of the best weeks in Major League Baseball for anybody.
You love to see it, and it's a lesson. It's a lesson for all of us in all of our lives.
Yes.
Somebody is underperforming, and you treat him with love. You throw love at him,
brotherly
instead of booze. And it took a little while for Philly to get there, but we got there, and I think it's a beautiful thing, and it's a lesson I will take with me instead of, throwing batteries at my staff when they mess up.
You know what? And that was so long ago, too. But so is the message in all of this that all Ben Simmons needed was a hug? Is that what
and you know that I don't think that. Because I texted you that. Ben Simmons has another issue, and love to him and support and prayers to him. That I don't think the booze were the issue with Ben Simmons. But let's not talk about that. Let's not dwell on that.
Okay.
Let's talk about the positive. The positive.
The positives of brotherly love and Trea Turner. And I guess he put up a billboard thanking the fans.
Thanking Philadelphia.
Yeah, thank you, Philly.
Yes, beautiful. And can I just say, I read a column in The Athletic about how this is an indication of Philly no longer being Philly, that Philly is now, that it's great and everything, but Philly's now as soft as a soft pretzel. That's what the columnist wrote.
Okay.
And I have to say, that is a typical statement, but from an out-of-towner. Because anybody in Philadelphia who lives in Philadelphia, knows Philadelphia, and has eaten soft pretzels knows that most of them are as hard as a rock.
I thought you were just going to push back on the
metaphor is faulty.
I thought you were just going to push back on the notion that Philadelphia is soft. That
we tried something new.
It's the pretzel analogy that you have a problem with.
Well, that offended me because I have eaten so many of those things where it's just. I might as well be chewing on the sidewalk.
That was almost like that Seinfeld episode. So this offends you as a Jewish person. No, this offends me as a comedian. That's from the yada, yada, yada episode from years ago.
Very nice. No, it doesn't. Exactly. Once again, you have crystallized my very thoughts.
Jake Tapper is here on the Rich Eisen Show. All right. So how do you find the time to do this? To write books like this, man.
It's a great escape. Instead of therapy, I just write, and it's great. It's a great escape. It's a lot of fun.
Right.
I enjoy it. And it's fun. It's fun to research. Now, you would appreciate this.
Okay.
So our mutual friend, Mr. Kimmel, Jimmy Kimmel, is the one who first told me, because the book. Okay, so the book is called "All the Demons Are Here."
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to have read the first two to get this one. It takes place in 1977. The main characters are Ike, an AWOL Marine, and his older sister Lucy. She's 22. She's an aspiring journalist. And lots of real people from the 70s are in the book. And Ike, in fact, works for Evel Knievel.
I love it.
And Jimmy was the reason that Evel Knievel is in this book, because Jimmy loves Evel Knievel. And I will be honest, Mr. Knievel's charm eluded me as a child. I did not have the lunchbox. I did not have the action figure.
Okay.
I didn't have any. And I never got it.
Okay. Yes.
I also wasn't a big ABC Wide World of Sports family. Which
Okay.
probably is the problem.
Yes,
but
indeed.
in any case,
yes.
a problem for many things. But in any case, he hooked me up with. He said, well, "You got to watch Being Evil." Johnny Knoxville did this documentary about Evel Knievel called Being Evil.
Yes.
Great. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to make this guy a character in my book, and it worked, and so that was, I know you're a sports guy.
Well, no, and
Wide World of Sports guy.
And I know this is part of the charm of the books, because I've read them. That there are real life pop culture figures that you weave into the narrative of your books, which
including
makes it
your hero Frank Sinatra.
It makes it a lot of fun. It just makes it a lot of fun. So if the charm of Evel Knievel eluded you, do we throw the Flying Wallendas into that group as well?
The Wallendas are not in the book.
Okay.
But I did really do I mean, he was fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
A horrible guy. An awful person. Don't get me wrong.
Horrible, but fascinating.
But really fascinating,
Mm-hmm.
and his ability to get attention and media coverage and fans, and I still am not entirely sure that there is any athleticism involved in anything he did, but he was willing to try more daring things than others and inspired generations of extreme athletes. Tony Hawk and the all those people were inspired by Evel Knievel.
And again, so you I am fascinated by this, Jake, and I have asked you this off the air. I'll bring it here as well. So have you just conducted your daily work, CNN, but on a particularly unique day where you're interviewing a head of state or moderating a debate, and then you go home, you might pour a drink or not at all, and then you're like, okay, I got to bang out a few pages. Like, does that happen?
Well, I do try to write. When I'm in a writing project, I do try to write at least 15 minutes a day. And the project is more along the lines of outlining the book,
Mm-hmm.
And then dividing it into chapters, and then going in, okay, now I'm up to chapter 3. What do I have to achieve in this? And writing at least 15 minutes a day.
Mm-hmm.
At least 15 minutes a day, which everyone has. Even somebody as busy as you
Mm-hmm.
has 15 minutes a day. And by the way, just so people know,
Mm-hmm.
I have been trying to get Rich to write a book for 3 or 4 years now. And I've known you since
Forever.
the 90s, but I've been trying to get you to write a book for 3 or 4 years. I think you would be great, and I said I think it would sell 1 million copies. I mean, I really do.
I appreciate you saying that. I already tried it once. It was one of the most exhilarating and then thoroughly disappointing experiences in my entire life, to be very honest with you. Yeah,
well, we'll have to talk more about that.
We'll do that. We'll do that a little offline. But no, I appreciate your confidence in me. Jake Tapper here on the Rich Eisen Show. Okay, this is going to be good, guys. This is going to be good because I've been talking about this for a while, and you're the perfect guy. You're the wordsmith to bring this to.
Okay.
I am of the mindset that the word solid is not a compliment. When somebody says, you're solid, you're solid. This is not doing someone a solid, but referring to someone or their job as solid. I say it is not a compliment. What do you say?
Oh, that's interesting. I never had thought about it.
What do you think?
I think I disagree with you. I think I understand where you're coming from. You're basically saying that is the minimum that somebody should be, right? You're saying it's like a C in school, like it's just
well, not just that, but there are far more, I would say, superlatives to attach to somebody's job or character, right? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, sometimes people employ understatement as a way of compliments. These good people. That's not like the most exalting compliment in the world. But when somebody says he's good people, they mean I love this person.
But I did refer to you when you said at the outset of this interview, we're friends, and I'm like, I'd say we're good friends.
Yes.
If I'd said we're solid friends, you see what I'm saying? That's a downgrade from good, is what I'm saying.
I agree. But also, now that we are both, I'm not going to age you, but I'm 54.
So am I. So you can age me all you want. I think we both look terrific, Jake.
So you look fantastic.
Better than solid. You see what I'm saying? You're like, hey, you look solid. Your look, you got a solid look. You know what I mean? Like, that's not good.
No, you're. Well, okay, I hear you. I hear what you're saying, but you look fantastic.
Thank you, sir.
And in fact, I called you the other day and said, I am seeing you everywhere. Do you have a new social media guy, or am I just exactly your demographic? 54-year-old white Jewish guy who likes sports.
Hello, fellow youths. Yes, exactly. Right. We're fellow youths. I agree with you. Yes.
So, but in any case. Anyway, my point about the 54 thing is now I know how many people are undependable and unreliable and cannot be counted on to do something with efficiency, and how many bad people there are in the world. And so now I know that it's like when you figure out like the average IQ is 100, that means half the public has an IQ under 100, which is something to say.
Okay.
So the idea that somebody is solid, actually in this day and age, if you correct for how many people are not solid, who are weak, who are trembly, who are unreliable, I don't know, then maybe it is more of a compliment than you acknowledge.
Interesting.
I don't know. I mean, I live in Washington D.C. and I cover politics, and so you're in the suite.
I'm in the toy department.
Athletics.
I'm in the toy department. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Occasionally, the real world will crash in. I understand. Yeah, that's
nobody in sports ever does anything mean.
That's true. That is true.
Or corrupt.
Well.
So what do you think? I mean, but I hear you.
Okay.
I would never describe you as solid. I would describe you with much nicer superlatives.
Thank you, Chris. You see what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying, Chris?
I understand. I don't mind solid. I'm kind of with Jake.
Okay.
I get it.
Okay. Very good. I'll move off it.
That's great.
Congrats on the book, Jake. I missed you the other day back on July 15th for the 35th anniversary of Die Hard, but I was too busy turning the air conditioning on in my house during the summer. Jake,
did you do that for the Miracle on 34th Street anniversary as well?
No.
Also a Christmas movie that came out in the summer.
No, but that's clearly about.
So can I tell you? So I've been. I'm sure everybody's familiar with the fact that you, for whatever reason, have decided.
I'm a truther. Yeah, I'm a diehard truther.
Just to double down on your wrongness on the Die Hard is a Christmas film thing, which you refuse to acknowledge. So I will just say this: I found more. First of all, for people who want to know, I have written not only a poem outlining in detail why Die Hard is a Christmas film. I wrote it in the style of A Night Before Christmas. It has GIFs. I will find it and put it on my Twitter page. I will bump it up on my Twitter page. I think I did it like 5 years ago.
You mean your X page, right, Jake? You mean your X page,
God,
right?
Whatever. So let's not.
Yes. Okay.
Let's not follow that self-driving car into the tree. So. The other thing I want to say is I watched Die Hard last Christmas.
Yes.
As I do because it is a Christmas film, and I realized that I have been ignoring. I've been not up to snuff when it comes to defending this because you've said a Christmas film is a film that could only happen at Christmas, right? And I've been making the argument about the fact that his wife's name is Holly. It takes place during a Christmas party. That all the the story of redemption.
Yes.
Et cetera, et cetera. But here is the thing. And I apologize to anyone. If anybody who's listening has not seen Die Hard, I am about to.
It's all right. 35 years. Spoiler alerts have no place 35 years later, so go for it.
This movie actually could only have taken place on Christmas. And I'll tell you why. Because at the very end of the film, Hans Gruber has his wife, Holly.
Yes.
And Bruce Willis, a.k.a. John McClane, steps out, and all he has is a gun and 2 bullets. That's all he has. And he has no way of going out there with the gun without immediately getting shot. So he doesn't know what to do. And then he looks to the side, and there is a stack of Christmas presents.
Yes.
And Christmas tape.
Yes.
Thick Christmas tape. And he takes the thick Christmas tape and he tapes the gun to his back.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, he is able to save the day.
Understood.
Only because this took place on Christmas, period.
Well, that's a solid take, Jake, but here you go. My opinion on that would be, of course, it has to take place in Christmas. What other event during the year has an entire office get together for a party? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no Easter party. There's no, so none of that. Right. For instance, yes, right.
And when the office comes together,
right, and
read from the Book of Lamentations.
And he's not going to go into the office closet and break out Scotch tape and put the gun to his back. Like these are all constructs for the film, not the film's reason for existing as an allegory. That's what I'm saying. Jake.
Yeah, but I disagree because it's about rebirth and renewal, which is a Christmas theme. I mean, it's not my holiday. It's not my.
Or it's about a terrorist trying to rob a bank, right? It could be that too, right? They just smash them up, right?
I mean, I just think at this point you're just you're like Rudy Giuliani with the voting, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like it doesn't matter. Like
hold on a second. You're saying I'm the Sidney Powell of Die Hard takes? Is that what you're saying? That's worse than solid.
I didn't say Sidney Powell.
Okay.
I didn't go. I mean, like I at least
Look at us right now.
Somebody who at one point was Times Person of the Year, at one point was America's Mayor, is now what he is.
Understood.
There was a respect that at one point, and I would like to say, I'm just saying this discreetly on this one issue, not my overall perception of you as a person or as a sports commentator, et cetera. But on this one issue, you are Giuliani-esque. I mean, yeah.
Okay, I appreciate it. Do you want to do this one last thing with Jake? Do I have a couple more minutes with you, Jake? Do we got that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to have you predict the Philadelphia Eagles schedule, win-loss. I'm going to go one game by one game, okay? And you're going to tell me if they win or they lose, and then we'll just we'll check your work by the end of the season. How does that sound?
All right. Hold on.
No, it's all right. I'll read it off to you. You don't have to have it in front of you. Don't worry. I've got you. I got your back right here. Yeah, put on. Give me the music. This is another again for someone from Philadelphia. It's just right across the way where this music was created. If I'm not mistaken, John Facenda once did the news in Philadelphia, right, Jake? Isn't that right? He was a Philadelphia newsman first and foremost.
I'm not sure.
Okay, that's true. Well, look at you. I'm teaching you a thing or two right here. Okay, here we go.
Like it.
Jake Tapper, Eagles schedule. Let's go win-loss. First game at New England. What do you got? Win?
Yeah.
Okay, then here is their home opener, a Thursday night against the Minnesota Vikings.
Win.
At the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on a Monday night.
Win.
That's 3 in a row. Ooh. The Washington Commanders as they're
he just laughed.
Wow. Okay, we'll put that down as a.
I mean, like assuming the team still exists.
Yes.
Win.
Okay, very good. At the Los Angeles Rams. You're in Southern California.
Win.
At the Jets and Aaron Rodgers.
Win.
That's a 6-0 start. Home for the Dolphins on Sunday Night Football.
Win.
That's 7. At the Washington Commanders.
Oh, win.
Are you going to that game? Would you go to it?
I might.
October 29th. Write that down on your calendar.
Are you going to be there?
Hell no. Next up, the Dallas Cowboys at home.
Okay. So here's the thing.
Okay.
Like, obviously, this is a bitter rivalry and has been for years.
Yes, sir.
And and you know, at some point I have to say loss. I don't want to make it this, and
Okay.
I wouldn't say that I'm super impressed with the Cowboys, but so I'm going to say win. But,
That's
but
9 and okay. That's 9-0. I'll take it. 9-0 going into the bye week. Oh my goodness. Starting to grease light poles. All right, here we go. At the Kansas City Chiefs on a Monday night.
All right, we have to lose at one point, and so okay,
you'll give that one.
We'll lose it. We'll lose
All right, home for the Buffalo Bills.
Win.
Oof. Home for the Niners.
Win.
By the way, what a stretch of games this is, Chris?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. At the Dallas Cowboys.
Win. By the way, Mahomes at the Big Slick this year tagged me out. And I said,
Since you got that going for you.
I said the Super Bowl wasn't enough.
At the Seattle Seahawks.
Win.
Home for the Giants.
Win.
Home for the Cardinals.
Win.
Home, at the Giants.
Win.
That's a 16-1 season.
I mean,
okay.
But you'll be resting guys week 18, so that's probably a lot.
Maybe not. I don't know. Never know. Never know. You know.
I feel really good about the boys this year.
Okay, 16-1.
All right, Jake, we're going to make a lot of money this season.
Okay, that's Phil Mickelson sitting in for Chris Brockman right there. Okay.
Nice.
All right, Jake, thanks for the time. Have a great show today.
We got a lot of news. Special counsel for Hunter Biden.
Oh, really?
Your 10th favorite Biden.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Jake Tapper, the latest on all of that on CNN later on. And everybody, go check out his new book if you already haven't. All the Demons Are Here, where all books are sold. You the man. You take care of yourself, Jake, okay?
All right, buddy.
Take care,
Love
pal.
you. Talk to you soon.
Right back at you. This is Jake Tapper of CNN. Again, all the demons are here. 16-1. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.